Hey, you've got this part of the video. You've got the live unedited edition. Home Gadget Geeks, Thursday night, the 22nd of October, 2020. If you're catching this any other time than 8 p.m. or about 5 minutes till 8 in the Central Time Zone, you've got the recorded version, and that's okay. Just hang out on YouTube. While you're at it, just click the like button down there. You can do that. If you're listening live, you can click the like button down there. That's always kind of nice. Get that ball rolling for us. Always helps to get those likes. If you want to subscribe as well, over in the corner over there by Mike is the subscribe button. Click it, and that way you'll never miss a live show. That's the live. We're on the live channel. We do have a recorded channel as well, just over on our YouTube cap, and you can subscribe if you're. Well, no, you wouldn't be. I edit this part out, so you wouldn't be. I'll have to say that again when we get into the live show. Ken is jumping in. Joe is jumping in. Joe, we're going to talk a little bit about you in the show. Yeah, Brian's checking in. Good to see you guys. Good to see you out there, Mike. What'd you do on your week off last week?
My week off.
Yeah, well, we didn't record.
We had a podcast. Yeah. It was Emmett's. It was my oldest son's birthday. Oh, nice. So we hung out. We both took the day off, my wife and I. And we grabbed the boys out of school, and we went to the zoo, and then we went to get ice cream, went to the park. We hung out that night, watched a movie. We just had a really, really fun Thursday. It was good. It was almost like we kind of forgot that it wasn't Friday because it felt like the weekend. Felt like it should have been Sunday on Friday. But
yeah, it's like when you get a bonus Friday. Like when you start on Thursday, and then Friday is like, oh, today's Friday.
Yeah.
This is pretty great. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was good. Yeah. It was a good time. Good. We enjoyed it.
Good. Yeah, last Thursday I was driving from, I was just in Cleveland, and then I drove to Boston, 12 hours to Boston. Shouldn't have taken me 12 hours, by the way, but I will we'll talk a little bit about that in the show when we talk about Waze. I had a setting wrong, and it cost me a little bit of time, but it benefited me in the scenery. So we'll just save that. We'll save that part for the show. A little like when technology goes wrong, but it worked out in my favor, but it kind of didn't. So
silver lining.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it Waze does some weird things, man. It is.
It works pretty well, though.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
it does.
I mean, I love it because there have been so many times where I'm like, that is the stupidest way for it to take me. I take my normal way and I hit something. I'm like, that's why it didn't want me to go this way, because traffic's backed up for an hour or something like that. Yeah. Even in Omaha, right?
Yeah, and then sometimes you don't trust it. Like you'll stay on the interstate, but the interstate might be backed up, and you're like, do I get off and try and go around this thing myself, only to find out the traffic is cleared just on the other side of of it or whatever. Yep. And you're like, oh, glad I didn't get off and take it. So we'll talk a little bit about that every time I travel. And this, I think about 4,000 miles or so, maybe just short of that. But I think in the last week I've done 4,000 miles. So definitely kind of a travel tech episode today.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, a lot learned. So I was driving. I didn't get in until about 9:30. So during those, is that Thursday night? Yeah. So Thursday night during the show, about the time we would normally start, I was just arriving at Ed's.
Ryan says, love the unprofessional background. When did I tell that story, Ryan? Did I tell
2
that
weeks ago?
2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You've mentioned it before. It's a good story. We'll get started here in just a minute, guys. Thanks for coming in. I was feeling really good about an hour ago, and now I'm kind of feeling
achy.
No, just kind of
tired.
Maybe I think tired. I think it's catching up to me.
Yep. It's like jet lag almost.
Yeah. I slept good last night. I went to bed at 9, got up at 6 to get ready. Full day of work. Dude, I had so many. I finally got through all the week's emails. I had nothing else planned for the day except catching up.
Yeah.
And so at 4:30, I was clearing out the last email from the week of like, okay, I still have things to do. Don't get me wrong.
But at least getting through the email.
Plowing through, triaging through the emails after a week and I had gotten some time on Monday when I was at Christian's place to kind of plow through. And so I don't know how many I did, maybe 20. One of my coworkers caught me and I got the "What are you doing?" emails like, "You're supposed to be on vacation. Like, why are you?
Why are you responding to
answering
this?"
emails?"
Because I know if I answer now, it's done. And if
Yeah.
I come back to it, it's going to be one more thing on my list. That was the other thing. We'll talk about it later. You got me into the To-Do app.
Oh, good.
You mentioned it on the show, and I have like some wishes for it. I kind of have some things like, man, I really wish it did this, and maybe it does, and I don't know if there's more to it.
Good to talk about. It's been good for me too.
Yeah.
I did not do any of my to-dos today. I kind of, in fact, I
put that
brought
list
it
on
up.
pause.
I kind of brought it up at one point and was trying to catch a few of because I have some Monday reoccurring things or daily reoccurring things that go Monday through Friday that just kind of reminds me, hey, I got to check YouTube for comments. I need to go through the Facebook and promote the webcasts.
Right.
Then I have a bunch of Monday tasks like, okay, I need to set up all the podcasts for the week in StreamYard. I need to, just some things to kind of help. Well, it's all, it's a week behind to begin with. So I brought it up on the screen to start working through, and I started going through it, and then I was like, I'll just do this tomorrow. Like the goal today is just to get caught up.
Right.
Just get caught up. So it was great though. I came back today. I felt great. It was, one of those vacations where you're like, yeah, that was a vacation. It was kind of nice to get away from work. Stressful in other ways. Talk about that on the show coming up, but little COVID guilt. So that's what I'm calling it. So we'll talk about it here on the show here coming up. All right, gents, thanks for coming out right at the top of the hour. We got a lot to get through, so let's kick this thing off and let's get this thing rolling. Anything? Hey, Mark. So Mark, Ryan, Brian, Ken, Joe, Brian. No, I said Brian twice. So I'll say Joe twice. Joe, thanks for coming out, being a part of what we're doing today. When I was doing the Cigar Authority, they had the headsets, which is kind of interesting. Do it with headsets.
It's gotta be nice. I've always wanted to do that. I mean, that's essentially. I like having the big headphones on, but I would love to have the mic where you could just do whatever you wanted and have it.
Yeah, that's kind of the reason they do it is because they have people who aren't professional or don't do podcasting on a regular basis. So there's that way it keeps the mic right there.
It's interesting though. You would think for a podcast where they're smoking cigars, you wouldn't want someone. You would want to be able to, go away from the mic to blow the smoke or whatever.
I think Ed mutes people.
Does he?
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. He's a good producer. He does a nice job. So, all right, let me kick this thing off. Here we go. This is the Average Guy Network, and you have found Home Gadget Geeks show number 465, recorded on October 22nd, 2020. Here on Home Gadget, let me try that again. Here on Home Gadget Geeks, we cover all the favorite tech gadgets that find their way into your home. News, reviews, product updates, and conversation, all for the average tech guy. I'm your host, Jim Carlson, broadcasting live from the AverageGuy.tv studios here. Mike, the fall has arrived. I think while I was gone, did we see some snow? Is that what I heard?
Woke up to snow the other morning, and we might have skipped fall because Monday we have a high of 25. So I'm not. I don't know where fall went. It never came. It went from.
I don't know. I was cleaning up leaves before we left. I was trying to get them off the lawn. So I have a linden and then a maple, and the linden gave up all its leaves last week. So I cleaned those all up. I came home. The maples have not quite given up their leaves yet. So I imagine over the next week or so, they will. It'll be time to go out and mow them up, get them off the lawn. All that grass stuff I did with McCabe, man, my lawn was looking pretty great when I got home, except today when I came home from getting a haircut, big dirt pile. The moles are back. So to get the
that's not what you want to see before wintertime.
The mole is back. Well, yeah, I think they hibernate. I don't know.
Do they? I don't know.
I got some work to do. I don't know. We'll go out and figure it. Of course, we'll go out. You should go out and get the show notes. Now, a new table of contents, plus you can get the complete transcripts. TheAverageGuy.tv. For this one, go /HGG465 and get all that information out there. Last week we were off. We'll talk a little bit later about why. But big thanks to Bitdefender. So Leave You Are Seen came on and was kind of one of their senior cybersecurity engineers. We released that down the podcast channel for both Cyber Frontiers and Home Gadget Geeks. So both got the same mic. That took me a while. I was going to try and get that done Thursday, and then of course I didn't. And Then I was on the road and I couldn't get it done. So I spent Monday at Christian's place, Monday afternoon. Took me about 3 hours to get it done and processed. Big thanks to Christian. But big thanks to Bitdefender for coming on the show. If you missed it, because I posted on Monday, it's there. So just go back and listen to it. 464, head out to theaverageguy.tv/464. No, theaverageguy.tv/HGG464. And you can catch that episode. It's a tight 55 minutes. And I'd love to have you as part of that. And then just a reminder, our affiliate link of the month here for the month of October that we're in is Canva. Head out to theaverageguy.tv/Canva. I've been using a ton of it at work. And been, of course, I use it for theaverageguy.tv. I threw out a challenge that nobody took me up on. But if you want to create some unique album art, you can still do it. Theaverageguy.tv/Canva. It's free. Go out, create some album art. There's some things you can pay for. You don't have to do that. Give it a try. Send it to me, Jim at theaverageguy.tv, and it might just make it into the channel. So again, check it out. Theaverageguy.tv/Canva. Mike, we did take last week off. I reminded folks of that, and it was kind of nice to have a week off. You got some time to do some family stuff?
Yeah, my oldest turned 4, which I can't believe I already have a 4-year-old. We were looking at all the old pictures of him when he was born, and it's just weird that was 4 years ago. So yeah, we celebrated his birthday, went to the zoo, just made the day all about him, snuggled up, watched a movie all together as a family that night. So yeah, it was good to have a night off, but it sounds like you had a fantastic vacation.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about it. I want to recognize a couple folks first, though. First off, big thanks to Ed Sullivan, who hosted me Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night there in just north of Boston for Cigar Authority. And we'll talk about that here in a second. The big thanks to Ed and Christian Johnson, who I stayed with on Sunday night and Monday night as we kind of traveled around. That the actual trip will sprinkle its way into the show, so we'll talk about that. But can't go without thanking those two guys for putting up with me over for those 2 days. I had planned to stay at at least see Hall of Famer Dave Jackson. I podcast with him on Ask the Podcast Coach on Saturday mornings. And I cut my trip short a little bit. I kind of just wanted to get back. So on Tuesday morning, got up at 6 Eastern time zone, drove 16 hours back to Omaha, Mike. 16 hours.
All in one trek, huh?
All in one shot. And I might have taken maybe an hour, maybe not the whole time in breaks. It was, the things that you do when you're traveling to stay, and I knew this was coming. I mean, I knew it was going to be a thing. So there's a whole bunch of stuff I did. So we'll get to that here in a second. Big thanks. Joe Pachowski sent us some beer, and he's done this before. We know him as Tajowski out there. But Joe, thanks for sending those. Mike, I haven't brought him over yet because I just got him. But this Love Honey, we've had this before. It's a Bach. I don't know if you remember this.
I was gonna ask if we've done that one before.
Yeah, these are all Lost 40. Yeah, okay. Lost 40 Brewing. Not all of them. 3 of the 4 are Lost Brewing. But they're Arkansas beers. Joe was kind enough to send them in a big box. Man, he wrapped it in bubble wrap, and then they're bubble wrap and plastic around that, and more bubble wrap.
They arrived safe.
Huh? They did. No, perfect. By the way, if you're going to send us beer, and we always appreciate you doing that, contact me, Jim at theaverageguy.tv. We always appreciate that. Don't send bottles. Please don't send bottles. They never make it here. Joe sent beers. This Love Honey beer, it's got a little taste of honey. It's kind of a sweet beer. We've had this before. When I saw it, I was like, yes. So Joe, thanks for sending that on. You'll recognize this one as well.
Yes, that was one of my favorites.
Ozark
Lager. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. So we'll be doing these on the show over the next couple of weeks.
Beautiful.
A new one I don't think we've seen before is Hunter.
No,
again, this is Lost 40 Hunter. No, I don't.
What kind of beer is that?
I don't remember this. Small batch, seasonal.
Okay. Is it like an Oktoberfest? Okay.
It is an Oktoberfest. Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
Yeah.
So Hunter, those are kind of getting hard to find now. The Oktoberfest are getting hard to find. And then this one gets, I think, an A+ for the name, The Day Drinker.
That just tells you what to do. It's like instructional.
No, right on.
Right?
No, right on. Day Drinker.
I like it.
Yeah. So again, another lost 40 beer, and gonna be pretty delicious. So,
Okay.
Joe, thanks for sending us those. I got to get those over to you, Mike. I just pulled these out. The kids came home and they were like, "What's Dad? What's all this beer on the table?" And I was like, "Well, when you have great listeners and they send you beer, it's pretty great." So, Joe, thanks for doing that. Appreciate it. Of course, those all come from Arkansas, and we'll look for those. I'll get those over to you and get them on your porch here. And Joe, thanks for sending them. I was in Boston to do the Cigar Authority. So if you want to see what it looks like to have this guy on a cigar podcast, head out to thecigarauthority.com. I mentioned it. Ed Sullivan, a listener to this show, does a great job of producing that, and he did as well. It's a long podcast, Mike. It's 2 hours. Ooh. They normally do it Saturdays. They do it live on YouTube. I mean, to be honest, we go an hour and a half. We're not
that's true.
Right?
Yeah. I thought we were kind of in the minority there, but
we definitely are. We go longer than most. I think.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
But every time I listen to a podcast and then they ask for a survey, I always love. I'm like, you could go for 5 hours. I don't care, because I just love having continually from the people I like to listen to. I could listen to them talk about anything. They're really just friends with me as I'm driving to work to drop the kids off. I like long play podcasts. That's what I listen to most.
Well, it's helpful when you're driving 16 hours. It's actually helpful to have some long play podcasts that are in.
I'm not going to listen for 8 weeks because I got a 16-hour drive.
I had something to catch up on. I had, I listened to Podcast Junkies, and I had some of those to catch up on. I did listen to the Cigar Authority, the live version of it on the way home as I was coming in. It's 2 hours. I was critiquing the work that I did. I like to give it a couple days. So we did that on Saturday, and this was on Tuesday night. And it just gave me an opportunity to get kind of clear of it. You get done with those kinds of things and you're like, oh, that wasn't very good. Like, I don't think I was very good. Then you listen to it a couple days later and you're like, oh, I wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Yeah.
So if you're into that at all, or you want to see what that looks like, we talked a lot about, we talked actually a lot about podcasting. My job was to kind of critique the job they were doing. Enjoyed a couple cigars in the process. And so if you want to head out, thecigarauthority.com. There's also a post show that I did for them that came out today. That's a separate RSS feed. No, it's actually the same RSS feed right now. We talked about that on the show. Told them they need to get that one out of there so it can be on its own. And so it's available, thecigarauthority.com. We moved the meetup. So MEAT, the meetup, October 24th. That's coming up this Saturday. Mike, I got home the other day and I was making some steaks, went out to my grill, turned the grill on, and only one side lit. I was like, okay, that's kind of odd. And then, it smells like gas. Shut everything off. Look underneath the grill, and something at the pipe had completely come undone from the burner.
The burner. Yeah.
And I think I have some squirrels that like to live in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they got to my burner. So
you don't even have, you can't participate.
No, I was a little bit like, and so I started pulling the grill apart, and man, some of the parts on the inside were just disintegrating in my hands. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't do this on Saturday with a half put together grill. And then, so I'd order some parts. They're coming in. And then Sarah let me know Sammy's home for the weekend. And so I was like, I got all these conflicts. So we've moved it to November 7th. So there's still time to do that. Link will be in the show notes if you want to join us. I've been sending that out in the newsletter. If you go to theaverageguy.tv/subscribe and subscribe to the newsletter, you'll get notifications of every time we do a meetup. We got a bunch coming up as well. So the Thursday before that, the 5th, is the Patreon meetup, Mike. So if you go to theaverageguy.tv/Patreon and join us for $5, you'll get notifications of those. You can join us for that. I think we have a full slate coming back in for that Patreon meetup. Great ways to get that done. We'd love to have you do that as well. At the same time that my grill is down, which is bummer.
So, but are you going smoker? This is my question. Like, are you using it as kind of I'm going to switch over and upgrade, or do you just get replacement parts?
No, I bought replacement parts. So I needed a new rock or lava rock grate that had completely disintegrated, and the burner was in need of replacement too. So I bought two. So $40, I can replace those. No, put them back together. I bought some new parts for it. So
yeah,
that'll be. I hope the grate was I got a notification that it was back ordered. So I'm gonna have to figure I still may get a new grill. I'm just saying. So I don't need to whisper. Sarah's not here. I may get a new grill. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. It's a little painful to look at some of those new, because I'd get a pellet smoker if I was going to get anything.
Yeah.
At this point, right?
Yeah.
And that's $500 at least.
At least.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the model I have was 800. 700 maybe for the Green Mountain. The bigger
my
Green
brother-in-law
Mountain
had a Traeger. When I headed out, the very first stop was Ohio, and we did steaks, and he did a Traeger, and it's got the two temperature probes, and the steak was amazing. We had steak and potatoes. So Dave, he never listens to the show, but thanks for doing that. That was pretty good. So we'll have to see. I don't know, Mike. I don't know if I'm going to be dropping $700 on a grill right now, but. So right before I left, I was talking about mowing my lawn. So I went out, mowed it, and I was picking up sticks because, we'd had a big windstorm right before that. I'm picking up sticks and I'm throwing them in my fire pit. And I wasn't quite breaking them small enough. So they were kind of like hanging out of the fire pit. I have one of those metal round fire pits. So what I've just done in the past is I just take my foot and push them down. You see where this is going?
Yep.
So I push down and my foot goes right through the bottom of the fire pit, right through it. I'm like, oh, so not only did my grill break, but my fire pit broke in the middle of all this. I'm having fire issues, man.
Oh, well, at least yours are out. Okay, so like I feel like I've been having the same issue, but inside the house, all of our appliances have been going bad.
Oh,
and I mean the fridge. So we woke up on Emmett's birthday that Thursday. We woke up and I walked out, and Hannah's cleaning something up on the floor in the kitchen, and I come down to the basement and I hear bloop. Bloop, bloop. Well, so it started leaking all the water. So our whole floor of our kitchen was soaked, which wood floors, it just wrecks, wreaks
havoc. Yeah.
Yep. And then it was all dripping down, luckily, into a corner of the unfinished basement where there's nothing. So we just had to go down there and dry that out. But I'm like, so that went bad at the oven that we've talked about recently. So we went to Nebraska Furniture Mart and we're like, okay, it's probably time. Look at just new appliances.
Oh, if you're buying new appliances, I gotta have a new smoker.
Right. There you go. You should
Why wouldn't I? Maybe I should just start a Patreon account just for the smoker.
Yeah,
right?
Do it.
Something along those lines. So, oh shoot, man. Yeah, it seems like when it rains, it pours. And this is going into the fall when this is the best time to be having fires, and it's wet finally, so I can do it without feeling guilty. Because you don't want to start a fire when it's dry. We hadn't had rain in 2 months, I don't want to be burning the neighborhood down. So I got some work to do. I got to figure out. My foot went through the fire pit, and I just was like, I'll have to figure this out when I get back. I'm not gonna mess with this. I got a mold to deal with. I still have to put some fertilizer down. I got a lot.
I'm just gonna leave for vacation. I'll think about this later.
All right, we're 10 minutes in, and no, we're 17 minutes in, and people are like, "Where the heck is the tech?" Well, there's just some weeks we don't have too much. We actually have quite a little bit tonight. One of the things, Mike, so I did about 4,000 miles, right? Omaha to Boston, Boston to DC, DC back to Omaha. One of the things, I don't know what you bought on Prime Day. Did you buy anything on Prime Day? Did you take advantage of it? Zero, really?
Well, because I made a purchase later that we'll talk about.
So. Okay, you had to buy some appliances apparently. Are you buying a
piece of tech?
Oh, okay. All right. We'll talk about it here. One of the things I picked up, and if you have to kind of watch the video to see this, is the Amazon Auto, which was $20, right? Normally $20. I'd actually put my name on the list for this in beta or whatever they called it. Never got one. Just happened to see it on Prime Day for $20. It's like, heck yeah. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm leaving in 2 days. Ordered it, came the next day, which was really cool. I actually thought the size was more like this. This is my phone.
I had the same thought. I was shocked at the size.
Yeah, I was thinking, okay, so these are 8 inches, 7 inches, something like that. The actual device, and it has a little blue light. You can't see it because I don't have it plugged in. About 4 inches, maybe 3.5, 4. Mm-hmm. It's pretty small. It's got a microphone off. And it's got a whatever the action button is. I forget what they call that on the Alexa. I'm not supposed to show. Sorry, Alexa, stop. Okay, so hopefully I stopped your A-Lady device. Sorry about that. 8, and you can kind of see the little holes on there. 8 microphones there. Mike, you got one of these, right?
I do. Yeah.
How do you like it?
So I have mixed reviews of it. So the one thing I love it for, the reason it has stayed in my car is because honestly, it's the easiest. Because I have an old Jeep that has an aux port but no Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So it does have an aux out on there. So I run that to the stereo. It's the easiest Bluetooth connectivity to my phone because it auto powers on as soon as it gets power from the auxiliary. It turns on, and so it works pretty well. That is all I use it for. And honestly, it's a little frustrating because even with those microphones, it works well to ask her questions sometimes, but I get the worst reports on phone calls. People tell me it sounds awful. It echoes. They can't hear. And I don't know if it's because I'm using my like car stereo with the aux cord. Maybe it doesn't do as good of a job of canceling themselves out. So I don't use it for phone calls. And I've probably asked her a question like 5 times, and that was all the first day I got it. But it's a great Bluetooth, and for $20, it's fine for just being a Bluetooth connectivity for your phone if you need that.
I'm gonna say the A lady's name a bunch in the next 10 minutes, so I want you just go ahead and mute it. I'll give you a second because I don't want to feel guilty about this, but I kind of need to say the name. I'm going to do a demo here in a second, so I just want to warn you. Go ahead and hit the mic. I'll give you a second. Hit the microphone button. This does have a microphone mute in there. Mike, a similar. I had a really I had a Belkin Bluetooth device.
Yeah.
That literally sounded like I was underwater. Like I had done some things to try and make that better. It was terrible. These aftermarket ones for whatever reason just aren't great. I haven't found one yet that's been great. It was okay. It worked for playing Bluetooth stuff off my phone, but taking calls in the car were impossible. This made it a little bit better. Now at 75 or 80, when you get all that road noise, not as great. They could hear that as well. But I was actually getting some pretty good reports from folks. They were like, hey, that actually does sound okay. At least I can hear you. Flawless on commanding her. Like saying things.
Agreed.
Like I could say things flawless, never missed a beat. In fact, sometimes better than in the house.
Yes. Agreed.
So adding Alexa to the car was, hold on, I'm going to mute. I said that, and then I wasn't going to mute mine. I'm going to do a demo with her here in just a second, so we'll turn her back on. But so for controlling, sometimes I didn't know where I was as I was driving around, and I'd say, Alexa, where am I? Pretty good at saying, hey, you're in Charleston, Massachusetts, heading west. Okay, that's pretty cool. Playing Audible. If you've got, so podcasts are on Audible now. So I was playing some podcasts off Audible, which works pretty well on Amazon property. I said, and let's just do this live. So let me turn Alexa off for a second. Again, turn your device off. Alexa, I want to have a conversation.
Welcome to the Alexa Prize, a university competition to advance AI. I'll get you the SocialBot Grand Challenge 3, second place winner, Chirpy Cardinal, from Stanford University in Stanford. When you're done, say stop, and I'll ask you for your rating. Hi, this is an Alexa Prize SocialBot. I'd love to get to know you a bit better before we chat. Is it all right if I ask for your name?
It is.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, so as soon as
Would you mind repeating it?
My name is Jim.
Glad to meet you, Jim. I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me today. So, I hope you're having a lovely evening. What did you have for dinner today?
I had 2 burritos from Taco Bell.
I have never had one of those. Did you like it?
Good at first, but bad later.
I'm not a burrito person myself. I don't like the texture either. Anyway, I enjoyed hearing about that. Food is one of life's great pleasures. What do you think about their menu? Any favorites?
Oh, the Taco Bell dollar menu is fantastic.
Yeah, it has 13 food items all priced at a United States dollar. That is more than I can eat every day. What about United States dollar? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I have no thoughts on the United States dollar.
All right. This is kind of random, but I love movies and I was wondering what you think about them.
Alexa, stop.
Do you like
she's going to ask me for
Thanks for chatting. Quick question. On a scale
rating.
from
Like,
1 to
yeah,
5
rating, yeah.
stars, how do you feel about
was
speaking
the
with this
best one
social
yet.
bot again?
5. This is
Thanks.
kind of cool. Then
Anything else you'd like to tell the team about your experience?
you can tell the team. No, you can tell the team, and it'll record your message and send it to the teams
Got
that are
it.
doing this.
To try another social
So-
bot, just say, let's chat.
So
So-
that was a Stanford. It was like a competition. What I gathered was it's an AI competition. They've all submitted these AI engines over to Amazon, and then
Yep.
you're pretty much just interacting with this AI bot.
Yeah, and I kind of found it by accident because I was like, I wonder if Alexa can have a conversation with me. And so I said, Alexa, I want to have a conversation. Boom, popped in. There's these different, so I don't know how many different ones there are, but you can try these different winners that were in there, whatever. Some of them are better than others. That was by far the best one I've had yet. The fact that she came back and said burritos was like, oh, wow.
Well, and then the menu that she knew, there were 13 menu items all under $1.
That was actually, that's the most impressive thing I've heard yet on this. But, when you have 12 hours Wednesday, 12 hours Thursday in the car, you start going a little stir crazy, right? So, but guess who's in the car with me? Alexa, right? You're like, oh, hey, I wonder if she can talk. So I spent maybe an hour or two trying the different, then I'd stop a conversation. It would feed up a new one to me.
Yeah.
And was actually really, really interesting. Like, I don't think they save state. I don't think that it continues to learn about me. It learns about me in the conversation. They almost always go to movies for whatever reason. Like, can we talk about movies? And you're like, sure. So what's your favorite? And some of those kinds of things. But it would be it was at least it could hold a conversation. It was doing really well. This one was doing really well with me, don't you think?
I think it was really cool. And it reminds me of that movie Her. I think, is that the name of the movie where the guy falls in love with his phone? I was imagining Jim coming home telling Sarah, like, I think I'm in love with Alexa now.
Yeah, I think
she's a really good listener, and her responses, she gets me.
It's like she knows me.
Right.
Now she could just know what I bought and tailor the content. Hey, you could, if they would do like a review bot that would ask you some questions that were kind of tailored towards a review, just think how many, that wouldn't be that hard, right? Just think how many reviews they might get more than they're currently getting now, as opposed to having to go in and type it in, right? So,
well, what this makes me, every time I hear of these like conversational AI, Jim, I would love it if there was some way they could load in a knowledge base of a certain topic into the AI system. I'm into ham radio, and almost like I'm having a conversation with an Elmer, I can be like, well, wouldn't I need a quarter wave antenna? And she'd be like, well, no, in this case, since you're doing a dipole, almost like you're like learning from someone in a conversation because they know all the data. That's like what I'm waiting for, is to be able to learn conversationally. That's how I learn best. And so watching YouTube videos works for me because it's a one-sided conversation, right? I want to ask a question right in the middle of that YouTube video. So the moment we can start getting like educational AI, man, that'll be super cool. Because I could talk about ham radio for hours, man. I could get through a 16-hour road trip, no problem, if I could talk about ham radio the whole time.
Yeah, well, think of the cooking applications on this. When you would be cooking and she could be feeding you the recipe and then said, how'd that go? And how was that? And what did you like about that? And would remember the preferences. So the next time you do that recipe, she'd be like, okay, last time you did this. Do you want to do it that way again? Or do you want to, there's some really interesting things you could do. I was trying to teach, I at work, we do a lot of things around Clifton Strengths at Gallup, and there's a whole system around that. And so I was trying to figure out ways to get a strengths conversation going. I kept asking, do you want to know what I'm good at? Do you want to know? Like, I kept trying to get, if I could find a bot that would listen long enough. I even did some experiments where I would teach it some things or tell it some things about me. Then I would stop, and then I would come back a little bit later and see if it remembered. In most cases, it didn't. So we're not quite there yet, but imagine now that can be kind of creepy too.
I was going to say, that makes me feel better, that it's almost like just a fun thing, and then it wipes the slate clean.
Yeah. So just say I want to have a conversation and you can try that. I don't know. I haven't tried that on Google. Does Google have a car device like
I don't
this?
believe
imagine
so.
you could just no. I don't know. Imagine you could. Well, I tell you what. I was using. Oh, hold on. Before I switch, there's a little battery or there's a little magnet metal piece on the back. You can plug it in. I've actually used one of those little round magnet attachments that I use for my phone. I use this as well on the vent, so it just plugged right in. It does come with a vent mounted bracket that looks a little bulky to me, and so I just kind of ditched it and was like, nah, I'm just gonna put this on the round thing. It sat right on the vent and worked out pretty well. So
So how do you interface it to your stereo, or do you not?
Bluetooth, yeah.
Bluetooth?
Through aux. I have an 06, so it still has an aux in it.
That's mine too. So you're Bluetoothing from your phone to that device, and then that device has the aux cord running out into your stereo. That's
and then Alexa Auto kicks in too. So you get in the car, you turn it on, this thing comes on, it queues up Alexa Auto, so you can get it, puts it in hands-free mode.
See, that's new, by the way.
Okay.
As of like a week or two ago.
Oh, really?
Yes, that whole auto experience, that was not a thing. So, because I just recently, as of last week, started getting the notification on my phone that the Alexa Auto was enabled, and that's new.
Okay.
So I haven't even looked into it. I should check out all the different features.
It's super great. It'll invoke, and one of the things, and it's just getting better too. I learned during the course of the week to do more hands-free invoking of things like Waze or apps that I wanted to use, like open Facebook Messenger. It'll open it up for you. Like, not that I was texting in the car or anything. I'm not saying I was, but I was testing all these different things that you could open, and man, the hands-free experience has gotten just a million times better as far as being able to get apps open and navigate and some of those kinds of things. So that part was pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. I found for me the best way for me to do that has still been with the AirPod Pro, since it has that transparency mode where you can still hear everything around you. I put one in on my ear, and then Siri's right there, right? Because she's always listening. So I can just talk. My phone is on one of those magnet mounts. But then when you have an AirPod, actually, it'll read you your text message as it comes in. So it'll go ding if it knows you're not doing anything, and it'll read you the message automatically. It's like a pretty cool, almost like driving mode. And so I just put the one in on the right in transparency mode so I can still hear everything around me. And it works pretty well.
Joe says, makes sense that Taco Bell would be better covered. I don't know why Taco Bell would be better covered, but it shocked me that she would know what Taco Bell was. I used Waze for the trip, and Waze has kind of become my kind of default standard, but it's been a while since I've navigated a long trip again, making 800 miles a day, something like that, probably 800 miles a day on Waze. One of the things, Mike, I didn't realize is I had turned tolls off. Like I didn't want to go on any toll roads. Well, if you drive on the East Coast, they're all toll roads. And if you don't take them, it takes you forever to get places. I mean, in one case, it added almost 2 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, onto my trip. Now, it was 2 good hours because it routed me through instead of going, instead of taking I think it's 90, a toll road in, I went back Highway 2 through Western Massachusetts. Well, right now in Massachusetts, it's the fall and the foliage is fantastic. And I drove through Highway 2, which takes you through some of the most beautiful kind of mountain towns, old milling towns in Massachusetts. Pretty great. So like, while it took me off the beaten path, but at one point, I got off the interstate, it took me through some neighborhoods, like where is it taking me? That seems to be with Waze. That's one of those questions you ask all the time. Is like, where is this thing taking me? Like, is it leading me into is it going to take me to somewhere where I'm going to die? So,
right.
Like, could it lead me down the gauntlet and, whatever. But good neighborhoods, bad neighborhoods, it doesn't care. It's going to take you through the most efficient, kind of path. So that was one of the things, about midway through driving through the mountains of Western Massachusetts, I went, I wonder if I have toll roads turned off on this thing. And I went back to, sure enough. Now, by that time, I was already too far, and it wasn't going to make a difference. But That was one of those settings. Apparently, at some point, I turned it off, and it probably cost me a couple hours of travel time.
You would think that would be one of those, like they have so many pop-ups that pop up real quick and they have the line and then it goes away. It would be like, hey, just to let you know, you've added 2 hours to your trip because you're not doing toll roads. Still want to do that, or do you want to turn it on for this trip? Because I would think there might be some circumstances. We don't have any toll roads around here, so we don't have to worry about it. You can leave it off and you're never going to hit a toll road. But if you were out there, you might want to leave that off by default and then have it warn you, though, if it's like, hey, this is going to add more than 20 minutes to my trip, let me know.
Well, when you turn it on and then you go to route, it'll route a trip the fastest for you. And then you could go down and click the route buttons and it'll show you 3 or 4 options. And it will tell you if those options have tolls or not. And it does make some suggestions on no toll roads. That's hard for me to say fast. I don't know why. When I went from Boston to DC, it was a matter of 2 hours difference to go toll roads versus non-toll roads. And it already, I took the toll option and I was on took the New Jersey Turnpike from New York down to where it comes out somewhere. I forget, as you get closer to Maryland, I think just as you get close to Maryland, I think it comes out. And I'm kind of glad I did. It was $17, to get, or $18 to get from one end of New Jersey to the other. But worth it, because that would have been an extra hour or maybe hour and a half to get, down that way. Right. And at one point I navigated through New York City. Now I wasn't in Long Island or I wasn't in Manhattan, so it didn't take me down there. Okay. Although I should have done that anyways. But why not? Like, when am I going to get a chance? The traffic's probably not that bad right now. And it was a Sunday. I probably should have gone through Manhattan. But it does give you those options to get it done. So if you're using Waze to navigate, and I don't know, I guess I could have used Siri Maps or Apple Maps or Google Maps to get it done. But I just use Waze. I don't know. What else, Mike? What else are you using for maps? Do you use anything besides? What else are you using?
Always Waze for me.
Always Waze.
What I will do is I will use Google Maps to search for like a restaurant. Like I'm looking for something very specific, and I'll copy and paste the address out of Google and put it into Waze. I don't know why. I like the Waze interface. I was a early Waze adopter, so I'm like the rank is like Waze royalty, and I'm addicted to like keeping that rank. So like I like the points. I like the competitive side of it. I got into a long time ago, and I still like it. I love being able to report stuff. So I love like, hey, there's a cop here.
Yeah, that was helpful. That's actually I love it. Helpful.
Yeah, and I think maybe that stuff shows up in Google Maps, but I like to be able to contribute to
I thought
there's a car stop on the road. I thought they were too. But I still like everything about Waze. For me, I think it works the best.
Yeah. Of course, I saw tons of police along the way. Apparently COVID has not stopped them from making their way on the interstate. And Waze, of course, would alert me. I drive a hybrid. I drive an 06 hybrid Civic. If they pulled me over, I'd laugh at them. Seriously, guys, you pulled over a 2006 rusted out Civic hybrid. But it was still, the notifications that come in on Waze were nice. I did run into one traffic problem, and it alerted me and said, hey, this thing's going to last 10 minutes. Like, don't panic. This is a 10-minute stop, which was super helpful. And then I turned on the Batman mode, which was super cool. So the voice, when it would say the voices, it would be in the Batman voice. And it was kind of fun for a while. And then I was like, okay, this is annoying. I'm turning it back to the regular. Do you leave all your turn notifications on, or
everything's off? There's no audio coming from Waze. Even like if it dings or anything, it's all off. But I will turn it on if I'm in a very, very unique city that I haven't been in before and I'm really trying to focus. A lot of ours, I'm doing the same drive I do all the time, like down to Kansas City. I know it. I just like having the ETA always there and the cops and everything. So I will turn it on if I'm in a city I don't know.
Joe says, and thanks for the beer again, Joe. I use both depending on the trip. Google Maps seems to do a better job of letting you know what lanes to be in.
That is true.
I agree with that as well. And exit's a little bit better. I notice Waze, though, does a nice job of when you get to an exit, it says be in either, like it highlights the lanes that you need to kind of be in. That didn't get me. I got lost. Not lost. I got the wrong exit in Chicago. I came up. I'm like, oh, certainly it's not that. Oh, it was that exit. And it cost me 15 minutes. One of the unintended consequences of this is, so when I left Omaha, I got out of here, I don't know, 5. I think I got up at 4 and left at 5. Tried to be in Ohio, and I was going to gain an hour. So I knew it was going to be about 12 hours to Cleveland. Not that far. No, that is far. So once I left Omaha, I got that time in Waze, right? That estimated time of arrival doesn't build in any stops. It's just saying, like, if you go nonstop, this is your time.
Yeah.
Mike, like, it was everything I could do not to compete with that stupid time the whole trip. I think that's what stressed me out the most, is that I was worried about the time I was going to get there. And so, like, when I took, bathroom breaks, I was literally bolting in, going as fast as I could, then running back to the car because I'm like, I don't want to get behind.
Right.
So I competed with that stupid clock.
I do the same thing. Well, because I don't know if you've ever used. Have you ever used the share ETA feature in Waze?
No,
that is nice.
Talk about it.
For example, when we're heading down to my parents' house, I will just when you're on your drive, if you have your route plugged in, hit share ETA, and it sends you can send it as a text message, so it can send it the link for them. They can follow you along on your route, so they can like, oh no, he stopped. He's in Mound City. They stopped, probably letting the. So it's almost like a live little map that they can have while you're driving. Okay. It's kind of cool. So for someone, if someone's expecting you and you don't want to be competing against the clock, like I don't want to have to, like, hey, we're stopping. It'll probably be an extra 45 minutes there. I'm like, you can just keep watching the link if you want. So where we're at.
Go down to the bottom where it says ETA, hit that, and then you'll get some options. You'll get route, share trip, I think is what you're talking about. And then overview. And you click I was constantly clicking the overview, like, where am I? How far have I gotten? That was another kind of consequence of having Waze on all the time, is I knew exactly where I was. So
which can make it seem longer.
Totally. Yeah. Driving like, oh, how far? Oh, it's 1 minute since I looked at I've gone 1 mile since the last time I looked at this. I did find when I turned off, when I was coming back and I knew the way back and I turned off kind of Waze, it went faster when I was just listening to podcasts as opposed to kind of looking like, where am I? What am I doing? Was helpful to find McDonald's along the way. McDonald's is one of those that show up on the, like, as you're going through different interchanges, it will show you what's coming up. And McDonald's is one of those restaurants that will show you a sausage. I'm just saying, sausage, egg, biscuits are my favorite from McDonald's. So a coffee, I'm not even sure those are potatoes, hash browns, whatever they call those things. I'm not even sure it's real food, but they're
good. Yeah, I was gonna say, but they're good.
They are. Do you have any, Mike? Do you have any, when you're traveling? Do you have any special place? Like, what do you have to do when you travel? Do you got something like that you just, like, every time you travel? I got to stop at this restaurant. I gotta
have sunflower seeds. A big sunflower seed in the car guy. My tongue ends up like raw by the end of the trip because of all the salt. I'll have so
that
I go
messes me up for days. Days. Yeah, no sunflower seeds for me. No. The whole way. Usually that's my go-to when I get tired. Yeah. Because once I start doing seeds, man, I can drive. When I was in the military, I drive 24 hours straight, and it was seeds that would do it. And you're right. I couldn't taste anything for days.
Yeah, no, seeds and a good energy drink, and that's me. I really like the Bang branded energy drinks right now. They're pretty good. So that's me. I try not to drink too much because it just makes me stop. Yeah.
And I was dude, I was competing. I just can't believe how much I competed against Waze on this thing. Like, and at one point I'm like, okay, I can't stop until I've made up 4 minutes on Waze so that I can stop and not get too far behind.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. I put so much stress on myself that I didn't need during that trip. Brian says in the chat room, Apple Maps has improved quite a bit, it seems, as well. Warns me of red light cameras recently too. Yeah, and so did Waze. I got some red light camera warnings as I was going through, or some speed camera warnings as well. It was just kind of helpful. I do have the alerts turned on to Waze for things like police and apparently railroad crossings. I didn't realize that was a thing, but I was getting those notifications. It was like police reported ahead when it was in Batman mode. So it was pretty funny. So all in all, 4,000 miles, pretty nuts. I'm not sure I'd do that again for a while, Mike. I did.
That's a long drive,
dude.
And especially to do it in one shot on the way back.
Yeah, and by myself. Like
Yeah.
that is something. Now it was nice. I don't get a lot of that by myself time, and there were moments it was kind of nice just to be kind of with my own thoughts, think through some things. I kind of thought through the future of the shows and some of the things I'm doing at work, and I just kind of worked through some stuff. Cleaned out my glove box, threw out some old receipts, cleaned up the car, wiped down the. Spent some time wiping down the what do you call that? The dash.
Dash, yeah.
Wipe down the dash, kind of clean some stuff up. I bought some wipes and cleaned some stuff. You're in there for a while,
Right.
and I don't have to be looking at it while I'm cleaning it up. I mean, I can be, you can just kind of be doing that, throwing some stuff away. So it was a good opportunity. It was a good opportunity to just get in my own head. Saw Boston, saw New York City, and I know the Maryland area, but it was kind of fun to see that. And then, of course, traveling through the backwoods was great as well. Mike, what have you done? I went 4,000 miles. What have you done? Apparently I said something about the To-Do app that got you excited.
You did. Well, so you were talking about the Microsoft To-Do app, and I hadn't even looked at it, didn't know much about it, but I had been looking at a way. I'm running a new program at work, and I'm like, you know what? I've been lucky. Every time I feel like I get really overwhelmed with organization, that I'm unorganized, I'm like, oh, I've just let my email inbox go. I've let my organization of files go. I've let my to-do list go. I get a chance to reset. So now it's a new program at work, new initiative. I'm like, let's start now, right? Refresh. What are the newest tools? What am I going to use? And when you said there was a full-time to-do list that you just leave up, I'm like, that's it. And then I'm like, okay, but there's some challenges here because I live in OneNote. So first of all, I was resetting with OneNote too. I had let my OneNote organization get out of hand. So regroup with that. But I live in OneNote. I'm like, okay, so does OneNote talk to do? And it does. It was fantastic. So when you're in OneNote, if you highlight something and make it an Outlook task, you just say, make it an Outlook task. All of a sudden it's like, boop, there it is, my to-do. And it's in the to-do app, within a second. So I'm doing OneNote. So I'm in a meeting. We're meeting with one of our clients. We're talking. I'm like, okay, I have a takeaway. I need to get him this document by next week for our next call. I just highlighted Outlook task. All of a sudden it's in the to-do app. And I'm like, okay, that could not be simpler. It's amazing. And then dragging it in between different lists in the to-do. So it was perfect. It's exactly what I was looking for, because my biggest complaint about OneNote, at least I don't know how to do it, maybe someone out there does, is there was no way for me to have an overview of all, because there is the to-do feature in OneNote and it puts a check mark by it, but I didn't find a hey, it's an aggregated list of all the things, because I have 20 meetings in a day. That's 20 different pages in OneNote, and I don't want to have to go through and click one. So this was perfect. I know that they do all funnel to Outlook, but Outlook's not the best interface for that.
No.
It wasn't. It's not clean.
It's not.
So it's only been, I think, when did I set this up? Last Friday. So I've been playing with it, trying to get used to it, seeing how I like it. And once I found the OneNote integration, that was really, I'm like, aha, yep, this will work for me. And I'm really trying to get my other team members on it so I can start assigning out tasks and really making it a group thing. So once that happens, I think that would be it. Are you still using it?
Oh yeah. No, while I was gone, I didn't. I really just didn't even look at it. I did not even on the phone. I just was like, nah, I'll get back to it. I use it here on a touchscreen device, and it's pretty great because you can just, as you get things done, it actually sits over my work computer. It's a separate, completely separate computer than the one I have at work. Interfaces with the computer here and the computer at work, so I can get that list anywhere. When I'm done, I can just reach up and say, done. I did it. It resets. I have some daily tasks that I need to do. So in the morning, I come in and I try and clear the daily ones. Like, okay, let's get these out of the way first. I've got some Monday only tasks that's set up weekly, set for Monday. Hey, get Home Gadget Geeks scheduled on a StreamYard. Get my other podcast from Gallup on StreamYard, whatever. But one of the things that the best about it all is this completely satisfying. When you get something done, you hear this.
Yes.
And it's weird because you're like, that sounds terrible. But it actually, after you do it for a while, and it kind of
that Pavlovian response, right?
You're like, I wonder how many times I can make this thing ring. Did I say that like Batman? How many times can I make this thing ring? So yeah, and it's one of those things. So like, I had a week worth of things and I could go in and clear it, but it was just more satisfying to go done, 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 done. Watching that thing reset till today. I didn't get a lot of my daily tasks done because my goal was just to clear email.
Yeah.
After being gone. I'll have some time Friday and then Monday I'll be back full speed. But yeah, pretty cool.
There are a few things though that they need to do to make it better. It's definitely not perfect, right? It works okay for me, but there's a few things that I haven't either. It wasn't easy, which is not good. It wasn't easy to figure out if it's there or it's not there. One is tags or categories, right? So it funnels in it when let's use OneNote, for example. When I do that, it plugs into the home list and you can move it to a new list. So that's essentially what I did is I created lists for each category I have because I organize my stuff by client. And so I'm like, okay, for this client, what are all my tasks I have to do for this client? And I would love though to just have one main aggregated list and be able to tag those out so I can search for it by tag or category. And I did not see a way to do that. And then once you put it into a list, a created list, it takes it out of that home view. Now there is the today view, but I just want tags and categories, and that's really something I wanted. And then the other integration I wanted was with Teams. So I would love to have, you can invite people to do, and they can share your to-do, but I would love to have it integrated into my Teams view because I can be like, okay, for our inorganic growth team, Liz, it's a full list. You can go there, see the team's to-dos. Hey, who is it assigned to? Who did we say was going to do what? Because I love accountability, right? Hey, on the call, you said you were going to get that to him. Did you do it? Did you do this? Right? Like that way next week we're prepping for the call. Okay, let's look back at all the things we promised them we were going to do and just run down the list. So there are a few things they could do to make it better, but it's definitely a great little addition. If you're looking for something simple, a very simple to-do manager, I would call it that. Like this is not a Wunderlist replacement. This is not one of those, but I think there are things about it that make it more useful, Jim, for people like you and me.
Yeah.
When it's integrated into your Office suite, if your Office runs on that, it's nice. And then I did, because you talked about the touchscreen last time, so I actually love it. I did the same thing. I have it on my iPad. So I follow up my iPad and I have it right to my right, and I can always be looking at it and having it up, which works well.
I think it's a little more than simple. Like, I mean, it's got some pretty robust functionality as far as being able to, you got this concept of here's my day. If you think about a Franklin Covey concept where, you kind of plan, here's the 6 things I really want to get done today. You can kind of go through and organize it and you have a view for just your day. Here's the things I absolutely want to get done today. And I want to eliminate everything else. So that's kind of nice. You can add steps to task as well. Now, the one thing, this is not a project management tool. I mean, Microsoft has projects, right? They have Microsoft Project.
That's true. That's probably what I'm looking for, honestly. It's probably when I'm talking about all the features I want. It's probably more projects.
Tool. Yeah, there's some other things in SharePoint as well that'll help with that. But by the way, I'm not justifying it. I'm just kind of saying, for most people, just in their day-to-day task management, it's been pretty great for me. I mean, I went from keeping it on a sticky note, a virtual sticky note as it is, although they're adding more and more functionality, that sticky note technology as well. So pretty soon you'll be able to do these task lists. You might even be able to do it today inside sticky notes, but it can remind you, you can add a due date. It's got to repeat. You can add it to different email addresses that you have in there. And you can add a file to the thing if you want to be able to, maybe there's some things you need to remember about what's coming up, and you can add a file in there that'll prompt you in a place to get it. I think it's great. Is it for everybody? Kind of depends on how you organize your day, right?
Right. I would agree. Yeah. I think I'm in this weird boat of like something like projects. Admittingly, I haven't used it, but projects is almost too advanced. Like I don't need that much. Right. But I also need a little bit more than what it's given me. Like I have a team of like me and this one. I just really want me, this one other person, and a few other people in the company to be able to just have a little bit more integration, but I don't need to go full-fledged into projects. So yeah, but it works perfectly for just me. I've been really enjoying it.
Show notes off of this, right? I mean,
we really could,
share that.
Then we get as soon as we talk about a topic, it's ding, and then all of our listeners get their response too, so they would start using it.
Maybe that would,
or they'd start to hate it and they wouldn't listen.
That'd be the way we transition in between topics. Okay, ding! You're getting the new iPhone?
Yes,
is that what I heard?
It is. So when we talk about did you buy anything on Amazon Prime Day, I didn't. Jim, this is the first time since I was trying to remember the last time I got an iPhone on launch day. I have not done this in a very, very long time. So I currently have the iPhone 10. So I've had that now for 3 years. And I mean, that's a pretty good life. My battery is starting to get a little wonky on it. And then I feel like like when I'm listening, like my speaker on the little top speaker here when I'm on the call has gone, like it sounds like people are underwater a little bit. So I was like, I've been thinking about a new phone. And so Apple had their event last week, and I was honestly really blown away by the phone, and not for any big, huge reason like, oh man, it's going to be the best phone out there. They just kind of went back to a lot of things I like. The aesthetics of it, it's not rounded on the end. It's more of a squared off. It reminds me of the iPhone 5 a little bit. And obviously it has 5G, which is great because Verizon does have 5G here in Omaha. They actually have ultra wideband downtown, and they have the regular 5G nationwide around. And it was just the screen, a lot of improvements to the screen, minimal improvements to the camera, but there were enough upgrades there. And man, Jim, I don't know if you saw, well, I guess you're on Sprint, so you might not have paid attention very much, but Verizon and AT&T are offering some killer deals for this phone. So I was able to get the iPhone 12. So they came out with 4 phones. The iPhone 12 mini, which Jim, I actually think you might really like the iPhone 12 mini. Aren't you into small phones?
No, I have an A+ right now.
Oh, that's right. You're the opposite.
I'm the Note.
It's Colin.
Guy,
it's my buddy Colin who's going to be into the mini. Yeah. So there's the iPhone 12 mini, the iPhone 12, the iPhone 12 Pro, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So it's 4 different phones. The 12 is amazing, I think, for the money. I don't really see, unless you're into cinematography, there isn't any reason to get the Pro or the Pro Max, because all that is essentially a better camera. You get the same processor, you get pretty much the same everything on the 12. Jim, $13 a month through Verizon. No interest, because they're offering a $440 trade-in credit for, I think, any phone newer than the 10 or maybe even the 8. I can't remember which they went down. So $440 there. Then they're doing an extra $220 just in credit towards your purchase of the phone. And so for the way Verizon works is you just do paid off over 24 months. And so $13 a month for a brand new iPhone 12. And that's not even the mini. So it's an $800 phone that I can't do the math. I haven't done the math. What is that? Ones that's faster than me, so 13
add
times 24.
Yeah, carry the one.
You're only paying $312 after you trade in your phone. So if you have a paid off phone, and because $440, I don't know, I didn't look it up, but this phone isn't in the best condition. So $440 for an iPhone 10, I thought was pretty good. I might have been able to get maybe a few more bucks out of that selling it privately, but that it saved me the hassle of it. I just got to put it into a box and ship it back to Apple, and have that all taken care of. And then you obviously get the instant credits from them. So they were just offering some really good deals. And I was like, you know what? I would love to do an iPhone on launch day. So that actually gets here tomorrow. So I'll be excited because we can talk about it on future shows. It arrives tomorrow via UPS. Tomorrow's the release day. So they opened up. Pre-order was flawless, by the way. Their whole pre-order process has gotten some slack in the past about, it's crashing and things like that. They let you set everything up ahead of time. And they said, hey, we're going live. Why can I not remember to hit
I was
going to
remind you just a minute ago.
Were you really?
Make sure you hit your video. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I was like, make sure you hit your video. I'm going to set that up as a task and to do every 27 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's right around there. But where was I at? I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, the pre-order process. Mm-hmm. So they let you set it all up in advance. So all you had to do, especially if you have a phone already, just open up the Apple Store. They said, we're going live at 7 a.m. on Friday morning, 5 a.m. Pacific. You just open up the app and you just confirmed what you had already set all up. So they let you ahead of time say, I'm upgrading a line. I want this phone. I want this color. I want this size. I'm going to trade in this phone. All like the clicks that you have to do. They let you save all that. So then you just woke up and you hit go. So I had it pre-ordered within 10 seconds.
Nice.
And yeah, it worked really well. And they integrated the whole process of Verizon or AT&T. You didn't have to go through any sort of, they took care of it all. So the whole back end process now of buying a phone and even putting it, because it's the payment plan is through Verizon, not through Apple. But I ordered it through Apple. It was all just taken care of. Like they deal with all the back end stuff there. So maybe that's been the process for the last few years. Like I said, I have not gotten a phone on launch day since probably the iPhone 5. Even my 10 I got a long time after it came out. So it's kind of fun. I kind of miss the whole iPhone launch day, being the first one to have a new phone.
Nice.
And I guess I did bury, because we haven't talked about this phone yet. for those of you who didn't see it, one of the coolest parts is MagSafe. So if you've been a historic Apple user, you know that one of the things I miss most on the Macs now is MagSafe chargers. They got rid of those. So MagSafe is like a charger and it's a magnet. So you just slap it away and it would disconnect. Well, now they've made it so the back of your phone, the phones now have Qi charging, but there's actually a magnet in it so that they have a MagSafe charger that just kind of snaps to the back. But you can also snap accessories. So you will no longer need the plate. See how I have like the magnetic plate?
Yeah.
You won't need this because there'll be a built-in MagSafe charger mount. Yes, that.
There's my plate.
But that gets in your way of your wireless charger, right?
Which I've never had because I got that Yahoo on there for the
same. Car. So now it's going to be an all-in-one. So the car port is going to be a vent thing that has a cord on it, and you're gonna slap it. It's going to stick and charge at the same time. And I kind of like that. And then also, so wallets. So I ordered the wallet just for fun. It has a wallet that snaps on the back of there through the magnet, and it's kind of cool. I always like MagSafe. If you have kids running around, MagSafe is great because how many times has my 2-year-old run past my phone as it's been plugged in and ripped it out of the wall or ripped the phone out of my hand? So I do like MagSafe.
Andrew says, don't put it near your floppy disks.
Yeah, right.
Can't remember the last time I did that.
What people have been saying too is they like it because all it is, it's just Qi with a magnet. So if you buy the MagSafe charger, you can actually use it on Android phones, any Qi compatible device, or your phone, your iPhone 12 phone. You don't have to use the MagSafe charger. It's still standard Qi. It's just an added benefit of that magnet in there if you want to utilize their MagSafe accessories.
Okay, so I shouldn't go pro, or I need to go pro.
You don't need to go pro.
I don't need to go
unless you are really going to use this thing for stunning video and things like that.
Okay, so I can get away with just the 12.
Oh, yeah.
And then do they have various sizes associated?
Yep. So 68, I think it's like 68, 128. I can't remember the exact.
I'll go the 128. Let's look at that. Okay.
That's actually, I ended up at the last second upgrading to 128. So mine's actually $16.87 a month or $17 a month, something like that.
Yeah. So I can get some pretty good. I get like $410 on trade-in on this phone.
Oh, there you go.
If I do.
And are you doing this through the Apple Store or through?
No, I'm doing it through Best
Sprint?
Buy.
Oh, through Best Buy.
Through Best Buy. Now that I haven't even looked at the other options. So
yeah.
So I'm right at the end. Like if I wait, and traditionally, you know me, I wait too long to do these kinds of things. So now the 8 Plus is the last. It's like 11, 10, 8 Plus, all in the same group, right? And they're like, hey, you can get whatever. So I'm in the last group. I should definitely, if I was going to do this, okay,
you should do it.
I'm going to do this.
Nice.
I'm going to look into it. So
I love a conversation that way.
Tomorrow I'm going to start because at this point it kind of makes sense, and I'll probably take the monthly payment. It's like $35 a month to upgrade at this point. Nothing, terrible. Sammy's going to roll out of my Sprint plan anyways here at this point and go on to Google Fi here at this. So I'll be the only one on my Sprint bill. And maybe it's time. It's been paid off for a while, so maybe it's time to pick up a new iPhone and have the latest and greatest and do something new. I wasn't gonna, but I think you're right. My battery's fine, by the way. I have not, I'm 2-3 years into this thing, and it's still working great. But maybe it's time to pull a Uyghur and upgrade before it is too late. Because I like it.
This is a new Jim. This is. I did not expect that from Jim.
You put 45 hours alone in a car, you turn into a completely different person.
Right. Yeah, I think you should. And the good thing about too with the Sprint T-Mobile merger is you'll have better access to 5G coming up here. Now, I mean, T-Mobile, a lot of people like to argue whether it's true 5G or not. There's actually, if you want to have some fun, go watch the Twitter wars between Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile about what 5G even is. Like, they're all trying to convince the consumer that their 5G is way different than everyone else's 5G. So, but, Sprint was always way behind in 5G. So at least with the merger, you might, because, the biggest benefit is 5G on that phone. It's kind of nice.
Let's say 5G for Sprint. So, because of T-Mobile. So,
yep, because of T-Mobile.
Yeah, but it probably makes sense now to start again. Like, I've had this 3.5 years. It's been paid off for a while. Again, I'm at the bottom of the ring. So, not like I'm going to need 5G, just to be honest. I'm not going to need it. 4G has been just fine for me.
Yeah, no, I'd agree.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
people kept mixing up on Verizon because the big announcement at the Apple event was that it was about Verizon 5G ultra wideband, which is their millimeter wave technology. And they also have nationwide 5G, which is similar to the T-Mobile stuff. So Verizon has both. They don't just have the ultra wideband. They do have both. But those companies love to confuse the clients about what the other person is offering. I think they'll all be fine, honestly. And like you said, most people do not need 5G speeds.
If I order it through the Sprint store now, I get $13 a month as opposed to the $34 a month on the Best Buy
Yes.
side. So,
Exactly. That's what, because you do want to make sure you're getting the carrier credits. So
Yeah.
I would do it to either Apple because Apple's doing it right with them, or the actual carrier.
I think I'm going to go through the Sprint store. $13 a month to pick
That's what
that
I
up
mean.
for 24 months.
Which means you're only paying $312.
When does it come out?
Tomorrow. So you could go to the store. So I maybe not pre-order, go see if you can find one in stock. Because I think we're past the days of people waiting in line, I think, for iPhones, especially with COVID. So I don't know if they're going to allow it, but maybe you could probably just go to a Sprint store tomorrow and they'll have them in stock.
I may have to go look around.
Watch, you'll have yours before me because the UPS truck's going to come at 5, and I'm gonna get a Discord chat from Jim.
What are my color options?
Okay, so there's black, there's blue. The blue's kind of cool looking, kind of a cool looking blue, white.
How much for that case?
60.
Talking about? Oh, yeah. Can I? All right. Do I need to order that online?
I did it all through the Apple store.
Oh,
And the crazy part about it is because I have the Apple card, they're like, well, so do you want to pay that like $3 a month for the next year?
Yeah.
0 interest. I'm like, sure. Like at that point, you're like, if it's 0 interest, like
why
it's
would I?
$60 or $3. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll earn more on my money and put that to work for me in the market. Or
Can I
something.
do Sprint through the Apple store?
Yeah. I don't know if they'll have the same deal. So I would price it out.
I imagine those like Best Buy, the Apple Store, Sprint would be the 3 I would need to check, right?
Right.
The chat room, is that right? Are those? Would I be missing anything else?
You could also just order the case through Apple is what I would do. So maybe go through Sprint, or maybe go to Sprint, the store, and see if they have any in stock tomorrow, and then just order the case, or swing out to the Apple Store in Village Point. I don't know if they're open during COVID. I think they are.
If I have a mask on, I think, because I would definitely want that case, like to be able to charge through that thing. Yeah, heck.
And I'm
guessing
there will be third-party cases that have MagSafe built in. I mean, they talked about it. They said, all the big cases are going to be.
And that is new. Like I haven't missed that in the past. That's
Nope,
a new
MagSafe
thing.
is new. So every phone, since the 10, it's had Qi charging, but MagSafe is the addition of a magnet that helps that align or allows you to add accessories. And the car mount is not out yet from anyone because I've been waiting for it. As soon as that hits the market, I'm going to be snagging one of those as well. Because I agree, that's kind of the cool part. It's one less kind of worry for me.
Well, you might have to stay around and help me order this after the show or something. Maybe I can order it from the Sprint store and have it ready tomorrow just to go pick up. So it's something like that.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. You got me. Hey, $13 a month? Are you kidding me? Like, why wouldn't I? Right?
Man, I wish I had like a referral code. I just sold this guy.
TheAverageGuy.tv/Canva. I'm just kidding.
AppleGuy.tv/iPhone.
I got, speaking of affiliate, I got Christian to order a box from HelloFresh. So like, listen, I can always get a week for free. So if you want to contact me, if you want to try, I am telling you, like I was telling Christian about all this cooking I've been doing. And he was like, I should try this. I'm like, yeah, heck yeah, you should try this. The two of you should definitely, and Marina's she's a great cook as it is, but
And they don't have kids yet, right?
They do not.
Yeah,
no.
it's probably a lot better without kids.
No, it was super good. Well, hey, while I was in Boston, Ed Sullivan showed me a new recipe with Brussels sprouts. And I'm not. Are you?
Sprouts.
Do you?
I love grilled Brussels sprouts where you quarter them and grill them, get a little char on them.
Where the hell have I been? Like I didn't realize Brussels sprouts were a thing. I always kind of, I think my mom boiled them or steamed them, or I don't know. He baked them while we were there. He baked them, cut them in half, baked them, a little salt and pepper, and then made this balsamic, so
Mhm.
olive oil, balsamic vinegar, honey.
Oh, and honey.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be good.
Oh yeah, it was pretty freaking delicious. So you charred them up in the oven just like you would on the grill. But I've got some plans. Jim at theaverageguy.tv if you want to send that to me, I get to it. Or if you want to support the show, just go to theaverageguy.tv/HelloFresh. You can do Canva as well. If you're buying, by the way, if you're buying a website, head over. I don't know what my link to that is. I just thought of that. I'm like, did I set one up for Hover? Oh, maybe I did. Theaverageguy.tv/hover. I think that'll get you HOVER. And of course, Maple
I
Grove
didn't know that was one
Partners.
of our links. That's cool.
I
love
I think
Hover.
I think that works.
I love Hover.
Yeah, you give it a try. Theaverageguy.tv. If not, contact me. If that doesn't work, contact me. And then, of course, Christian's doing a bang up job with Maple Grove Partners. If you want to get secure, high speed hosting from people that you know and you trust, I just had somebody reach out to me on Twitter. Shane on Twitter reached out to me today and was like, "Who is that guy you're always recommending for hosting?" I'm like, "You mean Maple Grove Partners?"
It's Christian.
Maple,
People you know and you trust. Like, come on. Like I say it.
of
It's
course,
my
it's Christian.
thing.
I just spent time with him. I just saw the space in his basement where he's going to do some pretty cool stuff with Maple Grove Partners. So maplegrovepartners.com. Plan start as little as $10 a month, and a great way to get in and get going. And of course he'll get you set up. Mike, anything else that we didn't cover?
No, I'm excited now because especially if you're getting this thing, we'll have a fun little iPhone
post show.
iPhone 12 review.
Post show. I'm going to order it in the post show.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
And then we'll review it in a future episode.
Can you hang around for a few minutes while I get ordered? Okay, we'll get it ordered in the post show. Okay, let's see. What else am I supposed to say? Get through this. I pimped Christian. What?
What else am I supposed to say?
What else am I supposed to say before we? Whoa! By the way, December 3rd, and that's actually not true. So December 2nd is actually our anniversary. The 4th is the 10th anniversary of us posting Home Tech, what would become Home Gadget Geeks. But December 3rd is when we're going to celebrate it. So Thursday night, December 3rd, you're going to want to be a part of what we're doing here. Come out, be a part of the 10-year anniversary. Big night. We're going to try and get everybody back for it. So make sure you put that on your calendar and you join us live here at theaverageguy.tv/live December 3rd, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern, just like we do every other week. We are live every week. You can join us. I think we got some pretty great stuff coming up. Aaron Lawrence is coming back, and I'm pretty excited about getting some pre-Christmas stuff. I got pinged on Twitter the other day. Somebody was like, "Man, I can't wait for Christmas and Home Gadget Geeks." Yeah. We're gonna have some pretty great stuff coming up, and of course we're live every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. I want to get out of here because I want to order the iPhone, and you could go along with us in the process as well. And we'd love to have you join us. If you have any questions on anything, you can always send me an email, jim@theaverageguy.tv. Feedback, suggestions, my address, so you can send me beer. Thanks, Joe. We just appreciate all the things that you guys do for us. If you want to join us on Patreon, theaverageguy.tv/Patreon. Get you there. We got a Patreon meetup coming up November 5th. And then, of course, the meetup, MEAT. The meetup has been postponed till the 7th of November just so I can get my grill fixed and some other things. I even brought a camera home so I could live stream the smoker. But when your grill doesn't work,
not much to live stream there.
You can't really live stream. We are live every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. Out here at theaverageguy.tv/live. Stay around if you're in the post show. Stay around for Jim putting in the order for the new iPhone. With that, we'll say goodbye, everybody. All right, let's do this thing.
Okay, I'm going to price it through Apple real quick.
Okay, yeah. Let's see here. I'll give you a second to go in there and
shop.
Brian said maybe Target.
Okay, so T-Mobile Sprint getting an additional 150 trade-in credit from. Okay, so they're doing it too. Okay, so iPhone 12. What color do you want? What would you want? Doesn't matter. I just want to see
what are the colors? Yeah, that's
white, black, blue, like a very, very light green, and red.
White, black. I'll probably do black. I like black. What color is this? Let's see. Hold on.
That's like that space gray black.
Yeah.
That's obviously the closest.
I think this is what I had before.
Do you have 64 gig or 128?
I think 128.
Yep.
Why wouldn't I?
And you have a phone to trade in. Which model is it?
It's the 8 Plus. Come on.
Okay, so
That's good. I'm trading this thing in. Let's see. I think I have the 64 gig version of this now. Let's see. Memory. Isn't that crazy? I don't even know. I don't keep anything on this. So, like, hold on. Let me see. When I go into settings, right, where would be the memory? Would that be in general? iPhone storage. Yes. So, yeah, I have a 64 gig now, and I'm only using 45 gig of it. And I wouldn't be anticipating using any more. Is it worth it to go to 128, or should I just
might not.
go 164 or go to
It's
64?
an extra $100, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm only at 45 gig, and
Yeah,
it's mostly pictures, which I upload.
Yeah. And if you have optimized, you don't use iCloud
I don't.
storage, photo storage, do you?
I use Google. I just move them to Google. They all sit there.
So on Apple, you actually doesn't even give you the option to pay via Sprint. You can either pay on the Apple Card, $26 a month. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to Sprint.
Yeah. So I think the best option is just do it through Sprint.
Let's see. Okay, let's click on pre-order.
Or if there's a pickup option.
I think I'm going to go black 64 gig. I just can't. I'm just not. I don't store a lot on my phone.
You don't need it.
2-day free shipping. Ships by 10/23, so that's tomorrow. I might as well just have it shipped here, so I don't even have to go to the store, right? Are you trading in a device? You may be eligible for special. Yep, I'm going to trade in. Let's see. Yes, trade in. Okay, and then how would you like to pay for your iPhone? Okay, might as well take the financing because it's not really. I mean, it's pretty much interest free, right? Yeah, I think you muted.
I did, right? It is through Verizon. I think it should tell you if it's 0%. But I know that sometimes Sprint does things weird, like they lease the phone instead of paying it off. I don't know.
Oh, they do that weird thing. Yeah. Sales tax due up front. You own the device after it's paid off.
Yeah. So okay.
We'll look at the details here and see. Trade in, get your iPhone 12, get an iPhone 12, and okay, but this line's available for early upgrade after paying off 50% of the full retail price. Oh, so you pay half of it, then you can just pay the whole thing off. All right, well, that makes sense. 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR display. I have no idea what that means. Ceramic shield, 5G network, A14 bionic chip, advanced dual camera system. A blast from the past. iPhone 12, iPhone 12 mini. No, I definitely want to go with an iPhone 12. I'm a big phone guy.
Yeah.
All right. iPhone 12 will be as big as this one, right?
6.1-inch. Yeah. So it's actually bigger screen a little bit, I think. Well, than the 8 Plus. One sec. There's like the comparison you can run.
Would you like help today? So the here we'll I wonder if I can put this on screen. Let's share the screen, and we'll go application window. Here we go. So let's share. Try not to. Should I? Jessica wants to help me. Should I let her? Sure. I am going to pre-order the iPhone. Oh, see what she says. We'll just let Jessica come along for the ride with us.
So your screen is actually going to be half an inch bigger.
Oh, nice. Wow.
But the size of it. So you're going from you have a 5.5 inch screen. You're going to 6.1.
Okay.
But I think the dimensions are actually smaller.
Oh, because no.
Yeah, it is. It's shorter and narrower, but a bigger screen. How crazy is that? Because you're getting rid of all that bezel, right?
Yeah.
Wait, will this be your first device with Face ID too?
Could I turn on the Face ID in 8 with the 8 Plus?
I don't think the 8 Plus had Face ID. No, because it didn't have the sensor it needed. So yeah, you're going to be really stepping up in the world.
Yeah. Okay, Jessica says it would be my pleasure to help me order the iPhone 12.
Oh.
So let's see what she says. Okay, so I imagine I'm going to need to log in at some point, right, for this to happen. Let's see what she says next. So here's the mini 6.1. 6.1 is the biggest I can get, right? Even if you go Pro.
No, you can get a Pro Max.
Oh, that's just too big. I don't need.
But
And
that's
those
like
are-
$1,100 phone.
Yeah, it's really expensive. What's the 12? What's like how much is the retail on the one I'm buying?
I think like 800.
Oh, I think that's pretty reasonable. Let's see, Snap in. Okay, blah blah blah.
Yeah, 800 for the.
Okay. So let's get. I keep getting messages from the. Okay, so is she gonna help me or what? Okay. Okay. What am I? I said I need some help. Let's see. So let's get Jessica out of the way, and then we'll go continue. Maybe she'll come back. Make a decision. Oh, new device. I thought 12. Are there other options here that I have to make before I can do that?
No, I think it's on the bottom. Just continue. It's on the very bottom of your screen.
Yeah. No, it won't. It won't let me. Maybe I got to get all the way to the bottom. Back to the top. Maybe there were things at the top I needed to decide on. Black, 64 gig, black. Added
Yes.
trading in a device. Oh, I think I needed to choose that.
There you go.
How'd you like to pay?
Is it really free with 30 months financing?
How would you like to pay
gonna
30
be
months
free.
financing with trade in? That can't be right. All right, let's keep
Try
going.
it.
Let's
That would
keep,
be hilarious.
Sprint.
Oh, it's probably like one of their programs where it's.
No thanks. Decline. Okay. Your trade in. Choose a carrier. So I am currently. Please tell us about your phone. So you can return. Oh, you know what I need to do? Let me sign in first. Hold on. Let me take this off.
Oh yeah, they make me think you're a new.
They do think I'm a new customer. No, I don't. I have an account. Shoot, my account. Stop. Let's go back. Let's get signed in. It's usually pretty easy here to get signed in. Sign in. Sign up. No, Express Pay. My account. Let's click there. Get my LastPass. So Sprint. Fill it in. Hit submit. You can't see this, right?
No.
Let's send a code. It's going to make me do a factor, which is what I want it to do. That's pretty great. Let's see. Sprint. My brother-in-law is sending me cigar smoking pictures. I think he has my wife over at his place, and they're smoking cigars right now. Which is
She's out of town.
She's with her brother and sister
Gotcha.
in down in Texas. So let's see here. Oh, there's my passcode. Okay. Submit. We've upgraded our security. They want a new security code. Okay, well, we'll give you that. We'll update that there with LastPass. We'll do that. Oh, does not meet our requirements. One capital letter, one number, at least one character. Okay, so let's take these out. Shoot, I thought maybe I took a character out for some purposes. Okay, so let's click that. It requires at least one character. We'll show options, numbers, symbols. Okay, fill in password. Is it like that? Can't have special characters. Jeez, come on, Sprint. Holy crap. So it needs at least one character, but it can't have special characters. So let's see if I can do upper, lower, all characters.
This is the riveting entertainment you guys all come for.
Well, I'm gonna order this thing. I just need to get through the security on this thing. Give me a second. Symbols. I need like characters, but I don't. Is it really gonna make me so? I can't use. I need at least one character, but then it dinged me for special characters,
Which is weird.
So 1 to 33, easy to read. Let's try that. Easy to read. Fill in password. Cannot have special characters. Gosh darn. I didn't think I was going to get stuck on the Sprint change your password dealio. At least one character. Okay, so I tell you what, I'm going to do this. Let's choose this one. We're going to go show options. I'm going to take the symbols out, and then I'm going to add my own symbol in. I'm going to copy it, fill that in. Hey, look at that. It took it. Okay, update, submit. All right, here we go. We're going in. Password reset successfully. We're almost there. Let's see. Now I got to relog in again. Okay, so we go password Sprint. It's the post show. They expect less from us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Usually we talk about crypto. I think this is probably more riveting for them than we used to talk crypto. Which, by the way, dude, I
know it's
sold some of my positions last week because I thought it was going to drop, and it skyrocketed. I totally messed that up. I got out at 11,300, and what is it now? 13,000.
Let's look. Yeah, John sent me a note this morning, and he was like,
12,900.
"Dude, what's going on?" Yeah.
And I just sold last week at 11,300.
How much?
I sold last week at 11,300.
Dude.
I know.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm in. There we go. We're back.
All right.
So there should be a. You'd think there would be a deals. Let's see. Hello. Get up to 50
It's pro now. Oh, that's the pro.
Pro. Hey, Jim Collison. Here's some offers we think you'll like.
There you go. Save $200.
An additional 200. They said 400 on the. Oh, that was the Best Buy. Let's see. Upgrade current device. Okay, we'll do that. Select a phone to upgrade. Just a moment. Here's my current phone. Sammy's phone is on there. Let's see what it takes me through. Okay, I want the 12. We're going to go this black. Okay, so we said 64.
Mm-hmm.
Black. So I'm back in that screen I was at before.
So that ships by tomorrow.
Trading in a device, yes.
Free 2-day shipping. You're going to get it on
30-month financing, $7. $7.16. Yes.
Oh, man.
Taking that. And then, okay, that's it. Continue.
I wish they showed you the math. Does that say 0% financing, or is there some sort of?
I think it's free.
It usually is.
Yeah, nobody would. I'm going to decline the production. When the protection is more per month than the,
right than the phone.
The phone. Not that matters. I get it, but you can. They're pretty easy to repair these days. So
yeah.
Okay. Building your cart. What's it doing?
It's
oh, there we go. Okay. Monthly. No, I don't think I'm going to apply honey. Should I apply honey at this point? No.
Probably not.
Try later. Okay, so monthly. What? Estimated taxes $58.
Yeah, because you're paying on the entire 800 price.
Amount due today. So I'd owe $58.10 today. They're going to save me.
$214 is all you're paying for that phone.
How much?
$214.
It's pretty good, don't you think?
Well, so yeah, so 800 minus 214. They're giving you $586 for your trade-in. Well, they're probably giving you like 400, and then probably some credits towards. That's a great price. I mean,
do I attempt to add the cover for it?
They sell it through Sprint.
Okay, so I just need to buy that from the Apple Store or whatever.
Yeah, you can do Apple online, and they're shipping right away.
Okay, so that's a pretty good deal. let's
That's a really good deal.
let's check out. See how this goes. Hopefully, I'll have to be quick on the draw if something pops up that look at. Okay, let's see. So it's kind of fun to see me go through this, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. So how much did you have left on your other old one?
How much? What?
Oh, overnight shipping for $10. Do it. Get it tomorrow.
What? How much? What?
Do you have to pay off on your old phone? Or no,
Oh,
you're
no,
already
it's paid off a long time ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cool.
I paid that thing off last year at this time, so it's been paid off. Okay, let's see. 64. Get up to.
Yeah. See, they're giving you $20 in monthly credits. That's pretty cool.
Save big. Monthly credits 20. Yeah. Order by 1 p.m. Get 2 business days.
You get it Monday.
Order
Order by 1 p.m. So it doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't matter. So
Yeah,
we'll do
you'd be-
that. And then continue.
I feel like the South Park episode. You didn't read the terms and conditions. Who doesn't read those? No one reads those.
Agreement. I pretty much know that. Okay, here's where I need to remove this. I pretty much know paid with your credit card. No, I need to change my card. I pretty much know the least. I've done this with three phones with them. So
Yeah.
Okay, let's throw in my card. Throw in that number. Confirm. Okay, it's going to fill it in. There's my address. Okay. Here we go.
It's done.
Well, hold on. It's submitting the payment. Let's just see. I'm a little afraid to put that screen up on.
Oh, I would too.
Like, I don't exactly know what it's going to show. So let's see what we get.
Yeah, Brian, I agree with you definitely on the case thing. It's just that I have not, and I could be wrong. Maybe they came out since the launch. I have not seen any MagSafe third party because if you have a case on, it needs to be MagSafe for you to benefit from having the MagSafe charger or the wallet or using it with the car mount. You need a case that is MagSafe, not just any case. So I would agree with you, though. All of my cases are usually from Amazon. I usually always go OtterBox historically.
Dude, my payment's going to be $7.16 a month.
Obnoxious.
That's stupid.
For a brand new, like, high quality phone.
So I get it Saturday.
Is that what it says?
2 days shipping.
Business days.
Well, so maybe Monday.
Maybe Monday. Saturday or Monday.
I imagine I'll get, if you purchase Amazon Prime, you'll activate your Prime account. No, I didn't do Prime. Monthly credits, $20. All right. I think confirmation. I have a confirmation number. Okay, let's check the email. I can't believe I just did this.
I love it. I like this Jim.
This is Jim when he's had maybe a little too much Captain and 43.
And he hasn't slept very much because he did a road trip yesterday.
I know.
Was it yesterday you came back?
It was 2 days ago. Yeah. It was 2 days ago. Okay, let's see. I got the Sprint order back via email processing.
So you'll want to go order your case from Apple 2 tonight.
All right, let's do that.
So that gets there the same day.
Apple.
Unless we should do our due diligence because maybe there is a MagSafe case.
Are you looking at Amazon?
Yeah.
For MagSafe case?
I do not see anything on Amazon.
Do I need a screen cover?
No.
I haven't had a screen cover on my 8 Plus for a year now.
You haven't? I've never put screen covers on any of my phones. And the new one, who knows how well? I mean, that's a ceramic shield. It's supposed to be a little bit better. Now we all know screens always crack anyway, but I've never, knock on wood, I've never cracked a screen.
So no MagSafe case on Amazon?
No, not yet.
MagSafe. Yeah, hold on. Bring this back up.
Google it.
guess I can go down by cases and covers, maybe. Do I need to? What's the right filter on this thing? Shouldn't I just be able to put MagSafe in and it'll bring that up for me?
You'd think.
No. Okay. So iPhone.
There you go. Accessories on the right. Yeah. There you go.
iPhone 12 silicone case with MagSafe. Is that what?
Yep.
Is that what we're looking for?
Mm-hmm.
And what do I want? I don't want plum. Deep navy or black. I just want black. I like black.
That's what I did too. I did black on black.
Okay. So do I have to also order? So the case, does it come with the vent thing? You got to buy that separately too.
What do you mean the vent?
Well, it's gonna attach to. I'm plugging something to the vent. So
that's not out yet. So no, that's good. We're waiting for a third party to do that.
So, but I could use my current magnet for now just to put it on there, right?
Yes, and it'll go through the case. Yeah.
Okay. So, $49 or $4 a month for 12 months.
I know. That's what I said when they offered that because I have the Apple Card. I think you have to have the Apple Card for that.
Oh, okay.
It's because I'm like, sure. Like, why not?
That's not bad for a case. $50 for a case
for a new phone, for new cases with like stuff. Not bad.
Add a gift message. Okay. Gonna painful. Why wouldn't I? Let's see. No, I could do my Apple.
I want to take off that screen too.
Let's go off of there. Let's go here. I need it to fill in with LastPass. I imagine it's that one. It's not that one. For some reason, LastPass won't always get the right dealio.
Do you have a few of them in there?
Yeah, it gets confused when it's going. It's fine. I got it now. All right, I got to do 2-factor. Let's see. My Apple ID is trying to be signed into. That's pretty great. I'm going to say it nailed me in Omaha. It's given me some numbers to put in. 8675309. So check out with my Apple ID. I'd like it delivered. Delivers Tuesday. Holy cow! So I could deliver it Monday for $8 or Tuesday for free. I think I'll just take the Tuesday.
Or is there a pickup in store? No,
I'll pick it up. Well, that means I got to drop off the beer anyways.
Oh, it's right by. I'm right by it.
Yeah, no, right on. Let's see. Village Point available tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah. If I say tomorrow and I don't pick it up till Saturday or Sunday, I
think that's fine.
That's okay, right? Village Point. Okay, so we'll do that. I don't know. Let's apply rewards and see what Honey does. It's going to calculate to see. At least I get some rewards for it. Continue to check out. Okay, good. Special hours. So here we go. We'll go back to.
Yeah, I think you have to set that's right. You have to set a window where you're going to pick it up, right?
Select a pickup date for your iPhone. Okay, so Friday the 23rd, or probably Saturday. Second for Friday on the 23rd. Oh crap! Let's look. Hold on. Maybe I'll come out tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow.
You
around tomorrow?
What?
You around tomorrow?
Yeah, I work from home still.
So let's say, what do I have there? Touch base. I've called the coach. If I leave here,
I got my last meeting at. I have a 3 to 3:30 tomorrow.
3 o'clock.
Perfect.
If I show up at 3? Okay, so let's.
Well, I have a 3 to 3:30, so you show up at 3:30.
Well, I'll leave here at 2:30. Go straight to the store, pick up the case, bring the beer over. How's that sound?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. Available.
Now,
window.
before you finish ordering, do you want the actual MagSafe charger, or do you not care about that? I didn't. I got MagSafe for the vent mount whenever it comes out. I didn't need the actual like puck charger because the cord it comes with a Lightning to USB-C cable. But all your old iPhone charging cords will work. Like for me, I don't care about charging MagSafe on my desk, but if you wanted to, just to be cool,
Yeah, no, I don't.
add that to your order right now.
No, I don't. I don't use the pucks.
Yeah, I don't either.
Lightning, anything lightning would.
Anything lightning
work.
works.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm good. Okay. So tomorrow, 3. Let's see. No, I said I'm going to show up. Yeah, 3:00. 3 to 3:15. Okay. Apple. No. So pick up here. Express pickup. Village Point. Friday, 3:00. Continue with pickup details.
Oh, Brian, is that true? On Apple Card, you get the whole 3% upfront, even on a payment plan. Interesting. Okay.
Let's see.
I've been liking the Apple Card, honestly. I use it a lot because I use Apple Pay a lot, and it's just it's convenient. You get 2% cash back when you're using Apple Pay, so works pretty well. And you're right, 3% at the Apple Store or for any of their stuff. And man, it couldn't be easier to buy stuff Apple with the Apple Card. Jeez, that was just way too simple. When you're on the phone and I'm like touch and it's like double click your side button. Oh yeah, you did all the monthly payments. We did installments, like whatever. Like it was like, ooh, that's scary easy.
Circle, circle, circle. Nicely done. There's my order number. Express pickup
I love
tomorrow.
it. I love that we just did this all. Jim's upgrading his phone.
There's the confirmation right there.
Beautiful.
Silicone case with MagSafe Black. Village Point between 3 and 3:15. Bring your valid government issued photo ID.
Now, Jim, I have a deal for you.
Okay.
So I'll tell you about it later.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Do you want the wallet?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
What's the wallet?
It snaps to the back. So it's a MagSafe wallet. So it like just connects to that MagSafe. So you can detach it. It's just magnet, but you could just, instead of having a wallet case, it's just a little skinny wallet.
Oh, no. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Long story short, I got a free one.
Oh, is it black?
Yes. And that's the one I don't want.
Oh, well then maybe I'll take it off your hands if you're.
I know.
This doesn't look like. I'll have the case in hand. You can show me tomorrow. How does that sound?
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
How does that sound?
Yeah, my case came on Wednesday.
Okay. Well, I'll get that, and then I'll get the phone on Sunday or Monday. I imagine, right? No, I could get it Saturday. No,
You could get it Saturday.
2 days, but it would have to been by 1 p.m.
1 p.m. And it's business days.
It is business.
So it might even be Tuesday, like at the latest.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if I have any notifications here. So here's your ordering will be there soon. Delivery date, delivery details, shipping estimate. Go to Sprint. So that's your order. So let's look on Sprint. My order. I guess I need to put an order number.
According to UPS, mine left Anchorage, Alaska at midnight last night, and I don't have any more updates. So I really hope it shows up tomorrow.
Okay, let's put the order in. Let's see if we get a check status. It's probably too new.
Yeah,
It's $7 a month,
that's crazy.
and they're sending me the return kit.
Oh, for the trade-in.
Order date, order status is pending. Yeah, they're going to send me a box and I imagine I just send the phone, right? And I'll put it. I have the original box, so maybe I just put it back in the original box. But I don't have to send. They don't want cables or cords or nothing, right?
No,
they just want
no case, no
wipe
cable.
it out, transfer, wipe it out.
Yeah,
call it good. And for the first time ever, you and I will have iPhones, same What
Same
you
generation.
you got the 128.
I got the same exact thing as you, except for 128, because I do a lot of video on mine.
Yeah.
So I fill that thing up quite a bit. I use it to make my YouTube videos.
Yeah, no, that's a good call. That's good. I just don't. I'm never gonna get into that. And if I do, I can take them off. And
See, but Jim, now we both need Wi-Fi 6, because now I'll have my first device that can use Wi-Fi 6. So now we could really go down the rabbit hole.
Oh, here's the iStore. Let's see. Here's the iStore message, or the Apple Store message. Available
Andrew-
tomorrow. We'll notify you when these items are ready. Express pickup
Oh,
instructions will be included in the email.
Andrew, you joke about the flip phones, but those are actually coming back now. Like, it's a thing. They have flip smartphones.
It's because Kurt does it. Beat me up, Scotty.
Yeah.
Those were flip phones. Like that's a good design.
Well, now the flips are just the folding screens. The Samsung.
Yeah.
Everyone's making those now. So
what's ironic is, okay, so the old Star Trek had the the communicators that would open up like flip phones, and then Next Generation had devices that were more like smartphones, where they would do those things. I just initiated during the show. I just initiated the upgrade to because I was like, I've been waiting to get it in Wi-Fi so I can get the upgrade to 14, right? 14.
Oh, you're not on 14 yet?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, I think, 14.1 now.
It is. Yeah, I kind of wait to get that 0.1 release.
Yeah.
I
like it. The new
updated.
widgets and everything, and I like how in messages you can have your pinned conversations up top, so most guys, you don't have to keep scrolling to find those conversations that you talk in all the time. I like 14. It's been working well for me. Knock on wood, I haven't had any issues with it. So,
all right on. Hey, well, there you go. There's the post show. Jim's spending money on a new iPhone. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I'm gonna like it. Guys, join us live. Thanks for coming out tonight, Andrew, Joe, other Jim. Good to see you out there. Ken was out there earlier. Joe, Mark. Good to see you guys. Let's see, anybody I missed. Ryan was out there a little bit earlier. Thanks for coming out. Mark, you still out there? Mark Robson, are you still out there? Because I busted my girl. Listen, I just bought a new iPhone, so I can't.
Dang it. We talked a long time apparently with the iPhone. That flew.
So I'm not getting a new girl. I'm not doing it. I can't drop $700-800 on a new girl right now. So thanks for coming out, guys. We'll see you next week. Did I ever click? Were we recording? Oh, you know what? We were not recording I clicked.
No Spreaker.
Oh, that's too bad. That is too bad. I really messed that one up. It's going to be a big, gigantic blank file. A 1 hour and 52 minutes. I got to get somebody to remind me on Spreaker. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.